Welcome back to Talkers on the Wall.
We are
Sorry,
recording.
where were you gonna go for that?
No, I was just gonna say we've been recording for like 2 hours now.
Oh, they
But
don't need the backstory. It's
yeah, it's
fine.
fine. It's always good to get a little insight. But
You know,
we're talking about
they can pay for that on the Patreon.
the Patreon.
Just joking.
Go
But
ahead.
yeah, we were just gonna make a quick video, 5 minutes tops. If you're looking at that 30-minute marker right now in the video, don't worry about that. Um, but we just want to talk about Elden Ring getting adapted into a movie right now.
Yep, Elden Ring. Don't know too much about it.
Yep.
Personally, I played Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm. I played Elden Ring quite a lot.
He got me into it.
Well.
I've got like 200 hours on it. Alex Garland set to direct it.
Yep. Do you know what movies he's done?
He's done a lot of good body horror and stuff, which I think he will bring to this because obviously Elden Ring is
body horror. Interesting.
Yeah, so he did Men, and that was like a pretty
yeah.
big
I didn't know. I didn't
body
see
horror
that
one.
movie. I didn't know it was body horror. I know he's done like he did Annihilation, Ex Machina.
Yeah.
I saw his most recent thing he did was the Civil War.
Yeah, so it's not like all body horror, but he does.
Yeah.
He's accustomed to like the body horror type stuff.
I guess the biggest thing was that I was just expecting somebody different for directing, like somebody who was more experienced with medieval settings. A lot of his stuff seems sci-fi or modern.
Yeah.
But I did read recently, so for like I was really like apprehensive, but I did read recently he's like addicted to the game. He's been playing it a ton. So that is good news actually.
Yeah.
I played the game a shit ton of times, played it with multiple characters, hundreds of hours clocked. But I am also very avid in the lore. I'm watching Body Vidya like all the time when he drops like lore videos on Elden Ring. I love all the lore hunting stuff when I'm playing too. So I'm really like I'm wondering if he's gonna go with like the Tarnished story, which is like the main character's story in Elden Ring, or if he's going to tell like the prequel story of the Shattering War, the stuff with Godwyn, Radahn, like. Or some people have suggested that he's going to do Vike's story, which is the Tarnished who almost became Elden Lord, but went down the three-fingered route and became, the Madness Knight, basically.
Yeah, he was the one that you fight like near the end, right?
Yeah, he was in the Ever jail and the Red Lightning guy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because he's also like on the cover and everything. That would be a good like way to put it as like it's not like super out there, but it's still like in the world because I don't know if you would necessarily want to adapt like the backstory of like the Shattering and everything right away.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I kind of hope that's the movie he goes for, personally speaking, because I feel like Elden Ring, Dark Souls series, it's not a dialogue heavy game.
Yeah.
So that also concerns me that they're gonna turn these characters into wisecracking fucking rogues, like Radahn's gonna hit you might have the Scarlet Rot, but I've got gravity magic type shit, and I don't want that.
Alex Garland is not like a Marvel like kind of director. You should honestly check out some of his stuff. Like,
okay.
They're really good, really well shot, really like it's they're really well shot.
Okay.
Like and I think that would be something he's like bring to it and everything. Like Annihilation itself has got like a lot of very vibrant colors. And
I have seen Annihilation. Yeah, I didn't know he directed it.
Yeah, so like he's like a lot of well done shots and everything like that. And then Men is like set modern day and it's like more story and everything, but it's like the body horror and like some of the shots of like in the trees and like in the town and stuff like that because it's set in like a little village in like England or something like that. But it's very well done and well shot. So I think he would be a good one to do like for shooting and stuff like that. I don't think he would do a lot of CGI and stuff like that. Yeah. I think he would try to do more practical effects
would be huge for this movie.
Now, obviously, like it being Elden Ring, they're gonna probably need some CGI, but I think he would be a good one to have a lot of practical effects.
See, I also like so that's good. I want it to be a very atmospheric movie too. I do kind of hope for the Shattering War. It'd be cool to get some lore on that. I mean, even if it's not canon, it'd be cool to see an adaptation of it. I also just think it gives him the biggest, like, most interesting cast of characters to pull from. Because if you go with, like, the Tarnished story, all the main characters, except for a handful, are lost their mind. They're kind of crazy. They're shadows of their former prime selves. It's a very big theme in Elden Ring and Dark Souls series and stuff. But it'd be great to see, Mikola interacting with Radon at a young age,
Yeah.
Melania interacting with people like Rykard or Ronnie,
Mm-hmm.
Godwin. I would love to see some stuff about Godwin. He's the most mysterious character in my opinion.
Yeah.
Seeing America and Godfrey, Radagon,
Mm-hmm.
seeing all that sort of stuff. Like, I just I have a lot of hopes for the movie.
Yeah.
I am just very scared for the movie too.
Yeah, that's very fair. Like, as someone like you
Mm-hmm.
said who's put a lot of hours and knows
Yep.
all a lot of the lore, I would imagine you would be.
Yeah, and the fun thing about like Dark Souls lore, Elden Ring lore, is that it's very up for interpretation. So
Mm.
as long as it's not like cockamamie, like totally fucking bonkers, I'll
Mm.
be pretty happy with whatever he decides to put out there. If he's a fan, I think he will do a decent job. And not
Yeah.
everything in the movie has to be aligned with what I believe is the lore.
Right.
But it's kind of interesting too. We were talking about this in another video. Go check it out. 3 questions we ask each other. But I almost feel like this particular game would have benefited from a TV show adaptation because it almost gives me the vibes of Game of Thrones. Because of course the backstory was written by George R. R. Martin.
Yeah.
So like seeing his work adapted again in a Game of Thrones style TV show with these larger than life characters, I think that could have been really cool too.
Yeah.
If they went for like a more like political, like theory based, like espionage type of story, which is very heavily present in the Elden Ring games. Like all the backstory is very conspiracy, betrayal, characters making alliances, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in the movie. I just hope it's a long movie. Like, give me 2 hours 40 minutes of this.
Yeah.
Like, give me as much as you can. I'm sure it's going to be a spectacle no matter what.
If it does good, I'm sure they'll greenlit a sequel.
Or at least like Elden Ring 2, the movie. That sounds goofy, but I already love.
Well, you know what I mean. Like,
right,
it would be like like depending on what kind of story he does,
right?
They could do like more.
They do like if they don't do the Shattering, they could go back and do the Shattering, or it could even open up outlets for Dark Souls games, like getting adapted and stuff. That would be really cool.
Because there's theories that like Elden Ring is like the beginning of Dark Souls, and everything like that, right?
I don't personally subscribe to those theories, but they are theories.
They're still theories.
They are theories. No, it'd be cool. I'd love to see Bloodborne get an adaptation. That'd be sweet.
Or a remaster would be nice.
Yeah, or a remaster. Maybe they can get it out of fucking licensing hell.
Yep.
But yeah, that's really all my main thoughts about it. I'm super excited. High hopes, high fears, though. I am also very curious on the casting. Like,
well, it's gonna be Jack Black,
right?
Of course.
Jack Black is gonna be Marika.
Yeah.
Chris
Pratt
am the Elden Beast. Chris Pratt is Radon.
Yep.
Fucking Kevin Hart as Mikola. Fucking Aquafina as Melania, the Blade of Mikola. What are you talking about?
All right, we're getting off track.
Do you have like any ideas for casting? That's the biggest thing for me.
I honestly don't know. Like, hopefully they get somebody, like Henry Cavill-esque.
That'd be cool.
That is like up down, like knows the lore at least a little bit, and is like, hey, like this isn't what Elden Ring is. Like, because Henry Cavill is just like so good because he's doing like the Warhammer show right now, and like when he was Superman, he was like always throwing his stuff. Super into it.
Yeah.
And then when he was The Witcher, like he knew all of the Witcher lore and everything, and like I know there's a bunch of stories of being like, like Geralt wouldn't do this, but like
give the gamers jobs.
Yeah, to have somebody like Henry Cavill. I'm not saying it needs to be Henry Cavill, but like someone that is like connected to the lore would be good for like a adaptation like Elden Ring.
Yeah, no, I agree. It'll be very interesting to see it live action too. But I am very hopeful. Yeah. Especially with what I've learned that he's playing the game a ton and he's like addicted to it. So yeah. I am ready. I think that's all I really have though.
5 minutes to 10 minutes.
Think. Yeah. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you have high hopes, if you think it's gonna be shit or not. What kind of story you want them to tell? If you want it to be the Tarnished, Bike story, or if you want it to be the Shattering War.
Or if you don't know what Elden Ring is, go play it. It's really fun. It's difficult, but it's worth it.
Exactly. It's kind of like Expedition 33. No.
Make one.
That's a reference.
Go check out the other video.
All right.
Peace.
See you guys later.